Welcome to the Crypto Nest. All right, so yeah, today markets are moving anyway, the crypto ones, and let me double check here. Why high is not there anymore? Are you serious? All right, so let me go back to MicroStrategy. Okay, so we did have 5-way up. Now this is retracement, and I do believe there is a chance, or there is a very low probability. Actually, now, honestly, I'm still going to put it here to see if something more bullish can happen on MicroStrategy. But we all know that MicroStrategy pretty much follow Bitcoin, and when it goes down faster than Bitcoin, and when it go higher than Bitcoin. Not as I would say fast as before, because before I think if Bitcoin was going 1%, MicroStrategy would go up 3%. Now it's like almost the same, but maybe 1.5. Actually, let's check here. So 5% down, and Bitcoin 1.5. So well, when it drops fast. But when it goes, when Bitcoin goes up, I don't recall it was moving that fast. Anyway, we'll see shortly, I guess. Now there is still this scenario that this could be just an A. So this is the A, this is the B, and we have C. Within the C, 5-way up. So this would be a bigger wave A in green. And now we're doing the B. And so you can see that now we perfectly reached the 0.5 fib retracement on 144.71. And yeah, now there is a chance, there is a probability that we are going to keep going higher and make a new high, local high. And this is going to be it of this pullback. Because let's remember that we are, in a correction. This is the A, this is the B, and going lower. So now, worst case scenario, and it's looking like we are having the worst case scenario here, and that this was a complete A, B, C, and perhaps we will not have this extended B wave here. But this is the top of the C wave, and now we're going to continue lower. So this is the A, B wave completed and going lower. So this is the scenario now. So, and why is that? Well, because Bitcoin, it just made 5-wave down. So this is why. So now, what I'm focusing in, I'm going to closely check Bitcoin. And here, okay, didn't work. Let's redo it. So I'm going to check closely Bitcoin and check when it's going to make an ABC correction. Because the scenario is that Bitcoin did 5-wave down. And if we zoom in, actually, MicroStrategy as well did 5-wave down. 1, 2, very sharp third wave into a diagonal. And you can see wave 1 also diagonal. And so this is the fourth, and working onto this fifth. So this is going to make a bigger wave 1. And what happened after wave 1? Well, is this the one? Why? Yeah, it's good. Yeah, so we're going to have a full wave 1 now that we have, and then we're going to have a bounce, right? So I'm going to pretty much sell my MicroStrategy. And honestly, to be fair, some are even a loss, because I thought Bitcoin had the time to go higher, and then I did got some a little bit, and so some would be at loss, slightly loss. But I rather do that because I do believe buying MicroStrategy later is going to be better. I could also keep them so they become a long-term or short, like mid-term investment, because I do believe, you know, next year is going to bounce back. But I'd rather have cash flow and see if there is other opportunity meanwhile as well. So if I zoom out, I mean, you know, MicroStrategy could go at 87 or even 56, and then so why keep it now if there is a chance to get it way lower? And yes, we do have this you know, A B setting, but once again, 134 or under 21, but I'm not willing to lose another $20-25. So there should be a pullback here. So we should get at least 162, $163, and I think this is the MA 50, this is the MA 200, and you can see that we're bouncing between those two levels. So I do believe this is going to become a very strong resistance. Ideally, we can reach this area here, and I will liquidate my stocks. All right, so well, once again, this is my strategy. I could be wrong, so you do your own due diligence. And on that, hopefully you enjoy the video. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And just want to double check here. So on the other side, we're oversold. I'm gonna check the 8 hours. Not there yet, so there is still some room left to go down. And yeah, on the daily as well. You know, even though I'm selling now and price can go lower and the RSI is going to reset eventually, would the price go into the oversold area? And if I see that, you know, it's really aligning things, right? Because if I'm expecting a bounce back or a counter movement, and you know the RSI are low, you can see that we will fill up the RSI to manage to go higher. And then you know, a little bit funny here, but you know, I would say this is almost the time for short-term investment to buy now, or check the situation very closely, because it could be a potential entry point for very short. Because look at that, on the 1 hour we are oversold. All right, so and you know, I mean, we are oversold now here on the 1 hour, and you can see that the count is kind of full, and we are reaching the first target for a retracement. So a bounce back, it's pretty much in line with my thesis anyway. All right, so this is not advice anyway to do anything. This is just a theory, and we'll see if I was right. All right, so I think honestly, we do have, every time I don't remember, yeah, it's here. So we do have the paper trading, so we can practice. So I would go for MicroStrategy, buy. Check here. All right, so now I am into a long, and I do believe under 62, under 69, we will see. Now, sell stop limit. Yeah, so this short term, right? It could go lower, but and you can see now. Anyway, we will see. As you can see, you can play around with non-real money. Alright, so hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and have a good day. Bye.